This is a review of SilverCamaro45's YouTube video. It was created in Filmora. Matt is just starting out with editing. This is one of his first video editing programs. So I had him send me all the files. I'm just going to give him a few tips here in this video to how he might improve the video. Now these are all opinions. If you had 100 different people edit the same files, you would have 100 different edits. It just kind of all depends on artistically what you're going for. But this is my observations when I watched the video. So here we're going to go ahead and select play. So we have the cold start of the car, and then nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening. So my first thought when I watched the video is we need to move on to something else, because all we're looking at is the car idling. Nothing exciting was happening at that point. Similar here, the car is statically not moving. Now it finally moves and rolls out. So those two things we could improve. So we'll let the car start. That's about all that we need, I think, of the car starting. So let's go ahead and select between the two clips. Press our left mouse, drag to the left. Whoops, had the wrong clip selected. So select the left clip, left click in between the two clips and drag to the left, and then it will snap to that point. Alright, and then we're going to take a look here to find when is the car starting to move. Okay, right there the car is just starting to move. Let's move back a little bit here. So right there is when the car is moving, so we click on the second clip, click in between them and hold our left mouse button down and drag to the right. Alright, now let's check the pace of that. Still not perfect. I'm going to just go ahead and select cut there, select the clip right there, and then hit my delete key. I think that'll be better. So the car backing out. I have no problems with the car rolling slowly. And then right here's another area where the car is not moving, everything is stationary, we're just looking into the empty garage. It's not empty, there's a lot of stuff in the garage, but it's not of interest, so we want to go ahead and clip that out as well. So let's take a look at when the car goes out of frame. You can wait for it to get all the way out, or we could, probably could even get it to where it goes about there. Because right now the car focuses on the Corvette, focuses on the Corvette, focuses on the Corvette. By about the time we get to here, now my focus is on the garage and all the stuff that's in the garage. So I would almost say that we want to cut this probably when the Corvette is a little bit taking up most of the frame, because that's our point of interest, not the garage itself. So we'll go to here and we will select cut. So we're just kind of splitting that clip. Because we're kind of done, so now we're going to select that and we'll hit the delete button on our keyboard. And it looks like I got another little fragment, so I'll hit delete on that too. Alright, so let's see what our improvement is. Now we have more happening there. I did notice the audio seemed a little bit lighter here, so I'm going to increase the audio slightly to match the sound that was in the first clip. Here again, this part where the garage door is closing, it actually is of interest, but it's just partially closing. So I don't think it's worthwhile to look at the garage door closing. So we'll like go to about here. I'll hit the cut, select that first part, hit delete. So now when we're going, we're backing up. We're backing up. Of course, we kind of wonder why the garage door got shut, but it's neither here nor there. People probably wouldn't notice. Well, they probably will notice that, but it wasn't interesting. Like, I don't think you need to wait for the entire garage door to go down to sell that part. And then this part of the video here, we're driving along. There's no epic burnouts. There is no rapid acceleration endangering the lives of anyone. There is no Mustang antics where the car is going sideways down the road. So this is a perfect area when you're transitioning from one point to the other. We need to do something of interest. Looking at the glove compartment of the passenger side of the car is not very interesting overall. So we can do a couple things. One is this could be a time lapse. We want to speed the time up here. The other suggestion I would have is just drive for a little bit in this position and then pull over to the side of the road, reposition the camera, just drive a couple hundred feet with the camera pointing at the driver or the back window, or maybe hold the camera in front of the dash or set the camera down on the dash pointing back at the driver, but get some different angles to show the Corvette itself, because that's the star of the show, is the Corvette. So you just want to kind of show it from different angles. You could also stage this by putting the camera to the side of the road, driving by the camera, then stopping as soon as you're out of the frame of the camera, and then going back and picking up the camera and just get some outside shots of the car kind of driving by to kind of tell the story of you going from point A to point B. So one thing is could speed it all up. The other, we could have a variety of different clips. In the sense that we don't have a variety of different clips, I would suggest that we speed this entire thing up. So let's take a look here. When do we arrive at the car wash? We're almost there. Moving forward. I kind of like the part where you get out. So we are going to cut there, but we're not going to delete anything. So now we're going to take that whole drive that spanned from, where did it span from? From 21 seconds to 3 minutes. And we're going to compress that. So we could have done the time lapse in camera, but what we're going to do here is right click on the clip and select speed and duration. So what speed do we want? Do we want it to be half as long? That's twice as long. We want to go this direction. So 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Well, it looks like it only let us go 100% faster. So let's get it down to 1:52. That seemed like pretty extreme, didn't it? I think we might have went overboard. Let's take a look here. I think my computer couldn't keep up with that. I don't know what happened. All right, I'm sorry. I find that kind of hilarious. So, So driving. Yeah, I think that went like a little bit too fast. Yeah, the video can't even be shown. All right, so let's change that a little bit. Speed and duration. So when it was 0%, it was 4 minutes, wasn't it? I've already forgot what the value was. Wasn't it originally 1? Oh. All right, cancel. When you get lost, we should just do undo. Edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo. There's our clip. Right click, speed and duration. It was a value of 1, like right in the middle. That's what I thought. So the duration was 3 minutes. Oh, so we're like, that's really going down. So we don't want it to be that long. 30 seconds, 3 minutes to 30 seconds. Yeah, sure. Now let's see if this computer can play that. I'm assuming that it can't. Maybe if we change our playback to a really low rate. So that's more time-lapsey. I don't like the audio, so first thing we're going to need to do is get rid of the audio, which means that we're going to have to find something to replace that audio with. So here we go, here we go. Do, 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 do. And then Matt gets out of the car, opens the garage door, go back up to a little bit higher resolution. So this part is of interest because it kind of sells the thing that we're going into the car wash. Telling the story, it's all about the car wash. And the Corvette. Whoops. Alright, we had a transition there. This is being nitpicky, but I think we should cut right there, get rid of that little dead space, and just get to the point where we have the fast motion. Alright, so we've got some housekeeping to do here because we've just sped up some stuff. We can't have the car driving around without any sound. Don't know why did I cut that clip? Well, let's get rid of this because I don't know what happened to that. Audio. Blue. City lights. So we need that to go right here. I really would suggest, even though we want that cold start, let's leave the cold start there, but start the music right after the cold start. Filmora. This is confusing software, I think. Parts of it is really easy, parts of it are not. Alright, so let's hit play. Pause. What do we do in Filmora with audio? With our levels? Can we do keyframes? Add volume keyframes? Yes, we can. Alright, so how did we get here? Let's just select OK. So we need to instruct Matt how he can do this. So we right click and select Adjust Audio. Then we can do keyframes. So there's a keyframe. Let's put another keyframe. And then with keyframes, Matt, what you can do is drag the first keyframe down. Oh, there we go. So we're going to do the first keyframe down. And then this keyframe building up. So the volume will slowly get a little bit louder and a little bit louder. There is dead space at the beginning of there, so let's crop that in a little bit. I've got the volume turned down on my computer so we can hear me talk. This is a little bit louder than what it might seem. So we've got fast-paced music that Matt picked out, and we are zooming to the car wash. makes it look happening and exciting because Matt is a speed demon in this portion of the video. Opening the garage door. I'm thinking there we can actually turn the volume up on this clip a little bit so we hear more of the car engine. That is a little bit harsh, so let's use what we just learned about volume in Filmora and select Adjust Audio, put a keyframe there, go back a little bit, put another keyframe. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit so we can see this. So now we're going to grab the first keyframe and reduce that. So that way it's not so harsh where we just all of a sudden hear the car engine. I think we can probably hear the car engine a little bit more earlier. No! What are you doing to me? So like normally I would think one could grab the second keyframe and move it to the left. But one would be wrong, I guess, about that. Let's double click on it and delete it. Then move the cursor over closer and then create a keyframe there. Oops, and then drag this one up. So that should give us the engine sound a little bit sooner. Alright, let's spin ahead so we can have all this going. This is all fine and dandy. Oh, if that just lasted a little bit longer. So it doesn't last a little bit longer, so what we're going to do is go to this point. Where should we go? I think we should cut out at the beginning. So Matt is washing the car. Goes out of scene. Pulls out, drives the car. That part is interesting. Maybe about right there is a good spot. So let's pull this in to there. And let's pull our music in too. Interesting. There we go. I finally got it. And we might as well use what we learned earlier. Right click, select Adjust Audio. Set a keyframe near the end. Just go a little bit further in, set another keyframe. This isn't working out quite like I thought. Undo, edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo. Control Z, Control Z. What if we set this keyframe first? Set another keyframe. And then go to the end and set a keyframe. Will it allow us to pull the end keyframe down while the rest of the track staying the same? Yes. Alright, so we're just kind of creating our own fade out of the music. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull that in a little bit. I think we need to hear more engine. Now, they do have this fade in and fade out here and the pitch, so you can adjust this. We should probably learn about that a little bit more to see if that will in real time allow us to fade in or fade out. So again, this is the same situation as going to the car wash. We need different angles to kind of keep interest. So this portion, that was interesting. I stand corrected. So definitely we want to leave that in. Let's hear that again. It almost looked like that Corvette was doing a little bit of a Mustang, a little bit of a fishtail, maybe. Now we better watch this the rest of the way through here to make sure we don't have anything else exciting happen. Last drive of the year. Bam, railroad tracks. Alright, so I don't know about you, but after the engine revving, I have lost interest. So let's find where the engine revs. Bit of a fishtail. Let's split the clip. And then for this portion, we're going to right click and select speed and duration. I forgot what we did last time. And 150, let's make it that length. Man, is he going fast. That works for me. Just had an idea. See if we can execute it or not in a little bit. Alright, so the only problem with me doing that is lack of music, audio. So we have that other song, Out of the Blue. And alright, so it's Out of the Blue. So it's Don't Stop It. So this was near the end of the video. Let's check the outside. That song, is that just that short? The song could be longer. Could it be longer at the start? No. Alright, let's take a look here to see what we have for this song. I like it. Nothing wrong with this part of the video. To make this whole video more exciting when I dance a little bit with my head. It's the best part of my dancing ability is the head bob. That's the only part that I have down. I think this part is all fine. Let's see how we end up here with this music. that is a perfect ending. So I think I did reposition the song and make it a little bit different length than what it was originally, but you can go back to SilverCamaro45's YouTube page and check that out. Alright, so that part is fine, but I would like to have some sort of music in between these two parts here. So we have the revving engine, that's fine, but I still think we would put some music in the background just to add some interest. And then we'll increase the volume when we go through that fast section. So what do we have for songs? Rock songs, Filmora, 17 rock songs. We need to get rid of the filter. Dynamite. Nope. Nope. This sounds like the beginning of a song that's on the radio. I think somebody's borrowing something. I think that fits in for me. How long is this song? 3 minutes is way too long. Let's put it way over here. No, cut me some slack if you're a Filmora user. I'm not a regular Filmora user. I'm a Premiere Pro user, so a lot of this is foreign to me. So I'm sure there's better ways to do things than what I'm doing. I'm just using my intuition. I have not read the owner's manual for this software. Alright, so now we have some music going in here. Let's make sure it's not too loud. I think we should transition that music a little bit into the other clip. Will it let us do it? Is there a crossfade? Right click? Oh, ooh, transitions. Transitions, basic, blur. Is there an audio transition? Basic. That seems like all video transitions, audio. Is there such a thing as an audio transition? Favorite, included, basic, 3D. Those are all video trans. Can we add a new track? Add audio track. Drag down. Drag left. Left. Can we double click? Double click and then set a keyframe here. Set another keyframe there. And put a keyframe at the beginning. So now we're basically kind of doing a crossfade because we don't know what we're doing. Oops. Maybe there's a better way for that to occur, but I did not see an easy transition for audio. So we're just doing a little bit of our own crossfade. Not much of a crossfade, so we need to go up a little bit. Just lowering the volume slightly. Pause that. So let's go to the end. Well, let's like put another keyframe because I'm not sure how this seems like odd to me. Like normally I would think that we could do one keyframe there and I should be able to drag this keyframe down and just do this. Oh, that does work. Never mind. So that's all good. But we want to drag it up after that engine revving incident. Just stretch that out a little bit more. Well, that wasn't very great. So now I need to do another keyframe because that was such a harsh transition. Now what will happen when we drag this down? So that one's going to fade out. Let's move this one here. Fade in. So if we click on this thing, can we do fade in? Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's like beautiful. Play. I can do a little bit more of a faster fade. Moving that to the left. Alright, that's a little bit less harsh. So I would say that we're done, except I have an idea for clip number 7. I don't know if we can do this. Where is video, edit, copy, go to the end here. This is an experiment, paste, speed and duration. This originally was 1.0, Control A, 1.0, reverse speed. Will this work? Reverse speed. Creating proxy files necessary for smooth playback. Do you want to create a yeah, let's just go for it, man. So the idea here is we don't have a clip of the car backing out of the garage, but we have a clip of the car pulling into the garage. So my thought is here we will reverse this clip. And then by reversing it, we can put this at the beginning, and then we actually then have a shot of the car backing out of the garage as well as the garage door closing, although technically it was opening. But as long as there's no motion or people walking by or other cars driving backwards, I think we can get away with this. Now I do have my playback issues, so because it needs to kind of basically create this whole clip on the fly. It is creating proxy files. My computer's working kind of hard right now. Pause there. So we just want to get to the point where the garage door, well, I don't know. Maybe we can just sell that the garage door is closing. Maybe just that's all we need, is that much. That probably doesn't need to render as much either, so I think we need to get rid of the part where nothing's happening, get to the point where the car is pulling out. So now I've got that nice little clip. Let's actually now right click here. What do we want to do? Just audio speed duration. Can we just drag this up and create a clip? No. Interesting. Manage tracks, add video track. Let's drag this one up. Why don't you let me go up, damn it? There. Now let's go to the beginning. Or somewhere near the beginning. Computer is still hard at work trying to render that backwards clip. So there was the car. Let's move this out. Oops. Need to find where we're going to put this. There's the cars backing out. So I think we can put it like somewhere right about in there. Again, it's a little bit laggy because of the rendering of this file. So does that match up very well? So the car's there, it's backing out. I think we need to go more to the left. And then tighten it up there even. So my thought is here, we'll just, the cars, you can see the car backing out. Then we're in the car backing out. Then we see the cars going there, and then now the garage door is closed. So we still don't really get the part where the garage door is closing. I think that's fine. Although we could probably still get the garage door closing if we take all of these clips. Move them to the right. Uh-oh. Highlight all of the clips. Drag to the right. Give us some space. Copy this clip. Control C. Put our playhead right here. Hit Control V. Pull that out a little bit. Just going to do a little sliver. Put that at the end of this clip. Highlight all of our clips. Drag them to the left. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not what we wanted to do. Highlight all the clips. Drag them to the left. Right to that point. Now if I wasn't so busy my computer rendering this, we could actually see what this looks like. So I'm not impressed so far about this from a playback perspective. Also, we have another issue because I need to get this over to the left a little. Hey, what happened there? Something weird is happening. Edit, undo. Edit, undo. So that clip ended up way at the far right for some reason. Oh, this can be frustrating. Video editing is frustrating. So I want to go there. So it pushes that clip to the far left, or far right, I should say. Let's just drag it all the way back to fill in that gap. Alright, let's see what happens. My computer's probably not going to play this smoothly at this point. I've got a quarter resolution to make it work a little bit less hard. Backing up. Inside the car, backing up. Music is starting. You see the car backing up there. When we're outside, you see the garage door start to close. And then it is closed. That might be too abrupt, but it's hard to tell when the video's rendering. We have to scrub through the timeline. So there the garage door was closing. Right, no, garage door's open, garage door is closing. And then here, where are we at? And then also it's magically shut. And by magic, I mean it was magic. So I think what has to happen there, we need to get further out here with this clip to sell that. So now we're a little bit further out. We see the garage door closing, and by the time we see it shut, the car is further out, so it would have had time to shut by the time the car got there in the driveway. So I think that works for me. I think we just kind of messed up maybe a little bit with our music, but that's fine. I shouldn't say that it's fine because it looks messed up to me. Like this song here ended up in an odd spot. I must have forgot to highlight it. is already pre-rendered in cache. Just make sure that this works out here where we can still hear the engine, that we didn't mess that up. Whoops. Just increase the car engine a little bit there in that section. Alright, that part works for me. That fade is a lot easier. So Matt, remember that fade? You can double click on an audio clip and just select fade in or fade out with that track selected, and we'll do that fade for you. Ducking, lower the volume of other clips. That probably would do the crossfade that I was talking about. Let's go to here and select fade out. Oops. Music stops. Corvette summer is officially ended. The Corvette is tucked away, warm in the garage. The summer's over. So I think that's going to work for us, but I think what we need to do is create a title, and then I think we're done. So select OK to the audio. Where are our titles? We don't need something too flashy. Lorem ipsum. Yeah, just pick a title. I don't think we need to be too fancy here, so we're going to take this title, we're going to drag it into the timeline, into the track above. We're going to double click that, and in this box we will type something exciting and wonderful. 1991 Corvette. Whoops. Something like that. I'm using my keys to highlight all of the text. We will hit center. We probably don't need 80 font. Let's go 60 font. All right. Position and scale. Can we just grab this and move it down? That works for me. We'll get it into this area here. I can do bold. Text color. Scroll down, scale, compositing, opacity, rotate, position, advanced. Ooh, look at that. You have advanced. Text shadow, that's what I was looking for. Kind of like the white text, but we just need that shadow to help it offset from the light background. Looks like you can do some maybe keyframing of text here as well and do some fancy effects, but we'll save that as something to learn in the future. So for now I'm fine with that. Let's go OK. Do a zoom in. Property scale, rotate position, animation. Yeah, let's go for it, man. So what do? We probably will just drag that on top of the text. And nope, that's not the answer. Probably a double click. Let's try double click. Was I going to go that fast? Look at that. There's a typo. I don't know what year it is. How could I forget 2020? I'm just anxious to go into 2021. That's... Well, what the hell was that about? Oh my god. Just wanted to stretch the thing. It like messed up my entire timeline. Then how does it get out of there? Play, play, play. So default title goes in. Why doesn't it just fade out and do something fancy on the way out? It does something fancy on the way in. I think we need to wait for the car to start. All right, here we go. 1991 ZR1, last drive of 2020. Kind of works. Transition. I don't really understand the transitions, to be honest. Dissolve? Can we? Oh, there's a transition. Dissolve. So there we can get the hell out of there with something a little bit fancier rather than just stopping. Alright, Matt, I think we're done. This is your review. Now I will play back your clip, the revised version of all of your clips, and I hope this has been helpful for you in the future in terms of seeing how you could use a few more of the functions in Filmora to change the video and some different ideas of how to change things in the video. So again, I think that just the two key things that I noticed here is just the passage of time, so the transition from point A to point B, do a time lapse or get some different angles and different clips showing some different things of the car, or from the side of the road or inside the car, some things of interest just to kind of keep the viewer held. And I think it's key on YouTube to hold the attention on the beginning part of the video, so just kind of a static shot of the car idling in a garage. After a few seconds of there, it's maybe statistically likely that more people are just going to stop watching the video because nothing exciting is happening. Maybe if you could we could also have taken your over acceleration where you started to do a Mustang and fishtail. Like if we put that at the beginning of the video, that might hold people's attention because they're like, oh, what's going to happen in this video? Oh my god! And then you could have kind of shown it again later. So that would be an idea to catch people's attention at the very beginning to hold the viewer for a little bit longer, and then just adding a little bit more music so when there's nothing going on, just they have something to listen to keep their minds active, a viewer, versus just listening to the car drive. Not that there's anything wrong with listening to a ZR1 Corvette idle down the road, but that's not the normal state of a ZR1. The normal state of a ZR1 is with a pedal on the floor and a very throaty, deep sound as it makes on the drag strip when you race the car. So that kind of a drive I think everybody would be excited to see, but just kind of idling, not so much. So those are my tips for the editing of this video based on the clips that you had available. I hope I wasn't too harsh with my criticism and my editing or suggestions. I know it's only your first time editing a video. I just wanted to kind of give you some tips to improve, and maybe I've helped some other people along the way as well, kind of from my perspective of what would make a little bit better video based on the clips that you had available. So here is the revised version of your video. If you thought this video was helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you thought it was a little bit mean to Matt, who's only edited in Filmora one time, give it a thumbs down and make sure to comment below.